I started my collection in grade school when I had an assignment, and we had assignment to collect coins. So I started with this set, and I got it finished but long after the time period. But that's what got me interested in coin collecting, and I've been doing it ever since. Many manuals. Education is the most important thing. That one's an older book, but it still gives me the information I need. It has color photos, and you can look up about anything you want. In collecting coins, most people are familiar with mint marks, but they don't understand how many there are. There's a mint mark for Philadelphia. That's one of the most common, and usually there's no mint mark for that mint. There's also Charleston, North Carolina, which is a C. Carson City, which is a CC. The United States Mint the first coin was a Dismeme, D-I-S-M-E, and that's these two right here. There's a story that George Washington took his wife's, Martha Washington's, silverware, took it to the mint and had it melted to make these coins. In the Bible, there's several coins mentioned. This one in St. Mark, beginning of St. Mark, in the New Testament, Christ was asked whether he should pay taxes. And he showed this coin and said, "Give unto Caesar that is which is Caesar, and unto the Lord that which is the Lord's." Later in St. Mark, they were sitting near the temple, and an older lady put in two small coins, which they call now widow's mites. And these are widow's mites. At that period of time, if you were to stick your hand in your purse, and it's not a purse like today, it's more like a pouch, pulled out a handful of coins, they could be easily hundreds of years old. Because the important thing wasn't what was printed on it, it was what it was made out of. Usually silver, gold, and the cheaper coins were a copper, brass type of coin. Judas Iscariot sold Christ for 30 pieces of silver. This was the coin. If you look at the back of it is an eagle. When the United States started, they had different coins. This is from a shipwreck. Now the top piece was added. Now it was minted in Mexico, Cuba area. That ship sunk. And it was recovered. It's a 1715 fleet that was sunk. A Mana of 14 ships. And this is one of what they carried. Later, most of the coins in the United States were called either gold doubloons or pieces of 8. This is a Mexican piece of 8, 1795. If you look on the back of it, there's two pillars with like a snake going around it. That's where we get the dollar sign in the U.S. coinage. Also, what they did is they would, if they needed change, they would cut it in half. And then they would cut it in half again, so a piece of 8 were in 8 pieces, but usually it was 4 pieces. And that's where you get 2 bits, because 2 pieces, a quarter of that was 2 bits. And that's why we call a quarter 2 bits, is because of the pieces of 8. This is a small one of the same thing. Instead of cutting in half, they could use small ones. Now, coins today are minted with dies. This is original dies from a quarter. If you look real close, you will see part of a quarter, just like this. Right there's the date. That would be the date on the quarter. Then this part was the reverse. It'd be set up something like that. A blank would be dropped in, and that would be smashed. In the early days of coinage, we had a war with England. England tried to dominate our currency, so they came up with this coin that they put out in what would later become the United States. But the colonies used these.